Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a really important philosophical segment. There's a lot of life lessons to be learned, a lot of life skills to be learned from the manner in which the quote unquote resistance, the resistance, which is a stupid marketing phrase, which will not it hasn't resisted anything. There's a lot of interesting things to really kind of learn from all of this. So to my super chat, thank you so very much. If you didn't get notification, please go ahead and share this segment everywhere. To my moderators, thank you. And let's get started. There's a lot of life lessons to be learned. There are a lot of life lessons to be learned from the difference between Kanye West at SNL and Matt Damon. Let's look at the difference between the two. Let's just start off with that. Kanye West is one of the few entertainers you can put alongside. I'm not talking about in terms of, talent or whether you like his music, or I'm talking about in terms of just accomplishment. What an entertainer or artist has accomplished. He spans beyond the realm of music and entertainment. He's part of culture. He's part of American culture. His wife, Kim Kardashian, is also part of American culture. But you can't really say, who is more famous than Kanye West? You can't really, so he's within in terms of artistic accomplishment and in terms of his prestige within the entertainment industry, within the realm of a Prince, a Michael Jackson, a Frank Sinatra. Now, I'm not debating anyone on whether Prince or Michael Jackson or Sinatra were better. I'm talking about in terms of his stature, in terms of who he is, what he represents. You're talking about the upper echelon of entertainers. Okay. Matt Damon is one of the most well-known actors. He is a very popular actor. He's not the Kanye West of film. He's not the Humphrey Bogart of film. You could say Kanye West is closer to Humphrey Bogart or closer to these icons that span beyond an industry, a lot closer than Matt Damon is. What I'm trying to say is that look at the two different artistic expressions yesterday. Okay? Or political expressions, I should say. You have Matt Damon, who mocks in a shameful, a really just disgusting parody of a person who's been wrongfully accused. There used to be a time where, novels would be written and movies would be made about people who were wrongfully accused. The individual meant something a lot more in American culture than it does now. Now the herd mentality, the sheeple, you have to go or else you're an extremist. Just to give you an example, Raw Story wrote a hit piece on me, and I'm like nobody compared to in terms of fame or anything. Really, nobody knows who I am. Some people do, but no, I'm not like a household name at all. But Raw Story wrote a hit piece on me when I was a Bernie Sanders supporter, and then a hit piece on me when I was a Trump supporter. They only like the gushy, doughy middle. If you are not in the middle, if you do not, so the Daily Beast wrote a hit piece on me when I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. Daily Beast wrote a hit piece on Kanye West, How many publications today? You cannot get a publication talking about Kanye West's speech about Trump and about his experiences as a black man voting for Trump, which, by the way, Saturday Night Live didn't air, but you can rest assured that if it was against Trump, they would totally air it. You can't get a headline without, oh, the crowd booed. Well, what do I care if the crowd booed? I don't care if the crowd booed. I like punk music. I like death metal. I like, old school rap music. I like things that people at the time perhaps didn't like, or especially punk at the time people didn't like, the mainstream didn't like. So if you're a follower, then you're just going to hate Kanye because he's not, part of the resistance. If you're a follower, you're just going to hate Trump. Without any you can't hate somebody who presides over a great economy. You really can't. I mean, if you hate someone, if you hate Trump only because of his personality, then be honest. Then say, well, I don't like his personality, but I like what he does. But how can you hate somebody when he does a good job? Trump hatred is about personality and ego. It's about the ego of the Democratic Party and liberals and people who claim to be morally superior, but really are not. Hillary Clinton became Democratic nominee after cheating Bernie Sanders. And decades earlier, she called black youth super predators. Nobody cared. What I'm trying to say is the millennial generation, I don't know if it's the millennials, I don't know what it is with American society, but the left, people on the left think censorship or bullying or a herd mentality or a groupthink or just everyone. So he got booed. Who cares? Like they say that as if it refutes his speech. You have all these celebrities who are like, I can't stand Trump. Well, is it a good economy? What don't you like about him? And then you have Whoopi Goldberg on the View who says, yeah, he whips up hate. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Hate existed before Trump. It'll exist after Trump. And you're talking about one event that, oh, what a coincidence. The police were told to stand down. The Democratic Party is vile. They actually paid people, or they actually convinced people or deceived people to go into his rallies to cause violence and mayhem. That's why 2 Democratic operatives from Project Veritas exposed them. They were forced to resign. Democrats play a very nasty, sick, vile, disgusting game of politics, and they think that's normal. They think because Trump calls people, dogs or whatever, or stupid or whatever he says on Twitter, they think, well, you know what? Fair play. You went there, so we're going to go ahead and try to destroy a man's life. Last second, and then they take over the Me Too movement. They utilize the Me Too movement for their own benefit. Of course, I do believe most women, when they come forward, I do believe most women who are not trying to stop a Supreme Court nominee last second, who don't know how they got to or from the location, don't know where the location is, but they know that the moment in time happened 37 years back. She could be telling the truth, but who knows? The Democratic Party is vile. They cheated Bernie Sanders. They said that they didn't cheat Bernie Sanders. Then they said they had every reason to cheat Bernie Sanders. Then I'm questioning now if Bernie Sanders was in on it the whole time. Maybe did he know that he was going to just not have a chance? And then he almost had Christopher K. Scares Left can't use white male racist label. Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is now Bernie Sanders is parroting all the accusations against Kavanaugh. Bernie Sanders wrote an essay of pure fiction of women who enjoy being assaulted. And I thought it was disgusting and evil of the Democratic Party to use that against him. But guess what? They did. And guess what? Now he's parroting I mean, this type of politics where you cozy up to the treacherous, powerful entity, where you sign a pact with the devil. When you sign a deal with the devil, look at the fine print, because the fine print often has your soul. Democrats, it seems, have no soul. They don't know where they're going. They don't know. They have no idea of how to govern. When you resist, look at a stupid phrase. When you resist, you're giving the other person, your opponent, the initiative. You're just resisting. You're not taking the initiative. You're not attacking. You're not going after it. You're resisting. Kanye West is big enough to say, you know what? I really don't care what you think. Kanye West is like Roseanne Barr, and I believe Roseanne Barr is a great woman. They managed to hurt her. They managed to go ahead and rip her show away because of a late night tweet. That, yeah, it was not a good tweet. She shouldn't have tweeted it. But you know what? If your life can be lost, or if your show or what you worked hard at can be lost because of a tweet, then why is Joy Reid still working at MSNBC? You can go ahead and look at anti-gay posts that she wrote. What happens? The left forgives itself and then exonerates itself by saying, well, at least they're on the left, so they've made amends by believing in what we believe. That's how sick they are, and they're going to lose. They're going to lose in the midterms. They're going to lose in the midterms. Be here on November 6, 2018. Don't believe the polls. Believe me. Don't believe the pundits, because I was a pundit who was right on in 2016. I said Clinton could not win. She did not win. And they're going to absolutely melt down. And I'm going to have 3 or 4 months of endless I told you so's. Kanye West doesn't need to kiss anyone's behind. He's in that Sinatra, Prince, Michael Jackson level, aura, echelon, whatever. He's in that rarefied air. Matt Damon isn't. And Matt Damon is interestingly enough, actually he's not like the Robert De Niro's of the world that have just, complete groupthink. He can think for himself here and there. Sure. But what he did with the Brett Kavanaugh parody, what they did with the Brett Kavanaugh, Lori, they can't, because what they did, Lori, is that they hurt themselves with this whole Brett Kavanaugh thing. Now everyone is really, oh my goodness. Now everyone is scared. Like, people are frightened of Democrats. When James Comey wrote his letter, which, by the way, did swing the election, nothing else but James Comey's letter swung the election. There weren't Facebook ads. It was Comey's letter. People were saying, my God, this woman is dangerous, Hillary Clinton. That's what they're saying now. The Democrats are dangerous. They don't even believe their nonsense. They're using the pain and suffering of women in the Me Too movement for their own benefit. There was no sexual act. Kavanaugh did not commit any sexual acts. The clothes were on, and it was just a fleeting moment in time. And now Harvey Weinstein's victims are just like equivalent to an accuser that can't remember the location, can't remember, the transportation to or from. No witnesses corroborating, but it's an allegation. Who am I to say? She could be telling the truth, but then again, so could Brett Kavanaugh. And Brett Kavanaugh said that he was innocent. And he was innocent. So why should I believe the accuser more than the person who states that he's innocent? Especially when there's no evidence at all. There's zero evidence. And Charlie Kirk had this, oh my goodness, this exchange with a whole bunch of activists or whatever. I mean, they were hysterical, and they weren't even listening to reason. People just on the left want blood. They want retribution for all the crimes that have taken place against women. But you know what? These crimes are still taking place, unfortunately, because there are evil people. And by the way, for a violent rape, I don't mind capital punishment. Go ahead, put it on TV. I'm fine with it. I don't mind. But you wrongfully accuse somebody, then that's bad. I draw the line. I draw the line at wrongfully accusing a person. Because if you believe in God, or if God exists, God is watching. This is about Kennedy's seat, like Lindsey Graham said. This is about dirty politics, and they want to hurt and destroy. They want to seek and destroy. They're like a heat-seeking missile regarding just nastiness, and they're all laughing. You see photos of Cory Booker and Kamala Harris laughing. They're all laughing. All these senators, go look at the Dickie Durbin. Go look at Don McGahn. This appeal to authority is disgusting. They only appeal to authority. They appeal to authority, but they don't like the president. Isn't that funny? The president is the most powerful person in the world, but they don't like that authority. So they like the FBI, because the FBI has saved them, because the FBI didn't go ahead and indict Clinton. So they say, oh, well, ask the FBI. We have to get the FBI to sign off on everything we do in life. Maybe Democrats want to get the FBI to sign off on their marriage certificates. Maybe when their children are born, Democratic, parents or families can go ahead and have the FBI sign off on their birth certificates. God forbid. Maybe they can have the FBI just sanction everything in their lives. They appeal to authority. They appeal to, and it's not even an appeal to authority. What they're hoping is that the FBI can obfuscate and create more gossip and allegations and hearsay and just all they want to do is stall. And Brett Kavanaugh, I'd say, is going to get confirmed. And when he gets confirmed, the Me Too movement will have suffered tremendously, because now people are going to really pay attention to the accused. There was a moment before this where if you were accused, your life was over. And guess what? The majority of people accused, I would say, did do something. The majority of people accused, I believe the majority of women, actually, but the majority of women who have nothing to gain. Kavanaugh's accuser has everything to gain. I don't get that whole, she has nothing to gain. She has everything to gain. She's a hero. She's a hero. And if she wanted to stop, if she really truly felt that she's taking one for the team because she doesn't want Roe v. Wade overturned, then you can justify any evil act. You can justify anything. And Democrats, by the way, are the same people who said, oh, well, Hillary Clinton used a server for convenience. The DNC was completely fair with Bernie. Russia hacked the election. We're going to get Stormy Daniels to go ahead and impeach Trump. I mean, these are people who are consistently wrong. And when I say wrong, I'm not talking about like, oh, I said that Hillary Clinton would be indicted. She will be indicted eventually, but she committed crimes. Any logical person would say she will be. I'm talking about such vile, such disgusting. They know what they're doing, and they're going to lose again. They're going to lose again. I was looking at polls, like New York Times polls and certain polls, and I was like, on the Cook Political Report, and I could only find out of 37. I went through each contest. I could only find out of 37 toss-ups. Republican incumbent toss-ups. 22 that could be given to Democrats. 22. And you have, oh, well, like, for example, they say Mimi Walters in California 45 is a toss-up. She had 60,000+ people show up. She will easily win. She had 60,000+ people show up for a primary in Orange County in Los Angeles, and outside Los Angeles, about an hour outside Los Angeles, less than an hour, whatever. She had, and her opponent had what, like 20 or 30,000, something like that. I can tell you right now, they have her as down in the polls. This is completely, like, remember I told you on May 30th on RT's Crosstalk on television, I said, Republicans are going to keep the House and keep the Senate. Don't believe the hype. This is a repeat of 2016. A repeat. Mimi Walters, 62,000 people showed up. 62,000 people. By the way, she's down a couple points in polls. Tell me how. And she's the incumbent. She's been there for numerous terms. How do you go ahead and look at a poll and say, yeah, her Democratic challenger can win? Here. So even if you combine the two Democrats below her, so Katie Porter got 23,851 people. Dave Min got 21,000. You combine all of that's 40,000 plus thousand. And then Mimi Walters got 62,863 people. How on earth are you going to say? How on earth are you going to say that Mimi Walters is going to lose that? In Orange County, and I'm from Los Angeles, I grew up all my life. And I knew even when I was little that Orange County was a Republican stronghold. Orange County was a Republican stronghold when I was little in the 80s. It's still that way today. And you have Mimi Walters who's doing a great job, and she's been in the that community. And an incumbent knows people within the community and can get turnout. The Democrat does not. The Democrat has to come in and say, look, to everyone, I'm better in a great economy. Oh, and I want Medicare for all, which, by the way, no one has refuted anything I've stated on Medicare for all. You can't simply say that I'm wrong regarding my questions, literally questions regarding, wait, if you have one study saying over doubling taxes, you can't simply say, well, the study's wrong. You have to simply say, yeah, if in that event, it would be bad. At least you have to admit that. You can't say, well, Bernie said this. So yeah, it's like a blog page. Bernie's website's like a blog page. Somebody can just go ahead and write anything. There's nobody backing Bernie's statements on economics. And you're talking to somebody who the Huffington Post stated was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. So Mimi Walters, 62,863 people compared to Katie Porter, 23,000. And they have Porter up in polls. That's why the polls are so stupid. They're so stupid. Private eye, it's true. They're so stupid. The polls are so stupid. How do you go ahead and not take into account the built-in advantage of an incumbent and then utilize and then combine and then say, well, is there really a built-in advantage? Oh, look, for a primary, you got 62,863 people to show up for you. What do you think's going to happen for a general election or for the midterms? This is one of the toss-up seats, ladies and gentlemen. This is considered a toss-up seat. Why? Because the polls show Katie Porter up, but Mimi Walters is going to win. Her challenger has no chance. I'm not saying that there are incumbents, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 13, maybe 22, but not 23, who could actually defeat the incumbent. They're not going to get the 23 they need. And when they fall short, you're going to see a cataclysmic, biblical, monumental, earth-shattering implosion and meltdown of the Democratic Party. It is going to be hilarious. And it's not like looking at a person wrongfully accused and saying, oh, well, look at that guy. Oh, he's so funny. He's trying to, he's being accused of the most heinous things in front of his daughters and wife. No, this is like you spent 2 years talking about Trump, Russia. You spent 2 years trying to demean people, call people dregs of society, still doing the deplorable thing. Still doing the deplorable thing. And then you have, like, for example, the Kansas primary. Kansas primary. District 3, they say, is a toss-up. But if you look at the two challengers, I'm just looking at I'm not even looking at the two candidates. Like, Sharice Davids is an MMA fighter, and I respect her like 100%. But if you look at the two candidates, 52,000 people showed up for Kevin Yoder. He's just entrenched in that district. This is called a toss-up. I believe that Yoder will win because he's entrenched in the district, because that's what takes place. That's why 85 to 90% of incumbents win. So how do you have 85 to 90% of incumbents win, and you have toss-ups where you have the incumbent getting 30,000 to 40,000 more people voting for him or her in the primaries than their the Democratic challenger? And suddenly the Democrats going to get 20,000 more people. Even if you add the two Democrats here, there's still 10,000 people shy of getting to Yoder in District 3. But there's a whole bunch of examples of this. I'm not just like speaking out of my behind. I looked at each one of the 37, and I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to happen. Now, I should have done this. I should have done this every day, because I did do it every day, but the message was kind of clouded because I was like such a Bernie Sanders supporter. He got cheated. So then I was saying that she wasn't going to win. So I made one prediction, didn't make the other, but he was cheated. Now, everything being said, I am happy that Trump won. I don't think Bernie would have been a good president. I just don't. I don't think Democrats would have allowed him to do any groundbreaking thing he wanted to do. And Medicare for All was just one of many, many things. They picked one thing. And then they picked the most benign, free education. Yeah, that's good. Free college. But what about breaking up banks? You don't want to talk about that. There's a whole bunch of things that he stood for. When I was on the left, I thought that the combined, all of the things that he stood for were very good to shake up the system, mainly his foreign policy. But I get that foreign policy with Trump. People say, how can you vote for Trump if you're a Bernie supporter? Because Bernie was more about foreign policy to me and a whole lot of other people. That's why. The Democrats don't care. Their version of foreign policy, by the way, is hating Israel. That's it. That's the only thing that's their view of anti-war. Thank you, Mark. Yeah. I'm glad I came around. It is so dysfunctional on the left. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be a pretty time. It's not going to be a fun, nice time. And then they say Dana Rohrabacher is going to lose. How is he going to lose? He got 38,000. He got almost twice as many as this guy Ruda behind him. Rohrabacher is entrenched in that community. I met Rohrabacher, Dana Rohrabacher, decades ago, like 20 years ago. And he was awesome. Very charismatic guy. I was a Democrat at the time. I still registered Democrat. This is a toss-up, ladies and gentlemen. They have these most ridiculous toss-ups. I honestly think, and I don't know why they're doing it to themselves, because they're doing it to themselves again. The pollsters and the media are going to come crashing down. They really think they've convinced themselves to think that 2016 was an anomaly because they keep, well, look at history. Well, when was the last time you had a Democratic Party blame Russia for an election loss? Look at history. Nothing. There are no historical trends that you can go ahead and point to anymore. I mean, there aren't a lot anymore. This is we are a completely different society than we were even 10 years ago. We really are a completely different society in every way. Almost every way. We've changed. I mean, that might be a bit of hyperbole, but I would say political thought has been altered forever. And Kanye West goes ahead and he's starting what will be, first of all, Kanye West didn't get to where he is without knowing what, I guess you could call it, the underground, or what the pulse of society, or what the pulse of smart people are doing. Smart people are not going ahead and clapping at Robert De Niro and, or praising, calling Hollywood, allowing Hollywood to be their moral arbiter. Smart people are not part of the resistance. That's not what smart people. Nobody who really understands where this country is going is part of the resistance. That's stupid. There are people who don't like Trump and they don't like the resistance. And then you have those people who also have their own problems. There are people on the left who hate Bernie. There are people on the left who hate I'm with her. They're like the quote unquote, I don't know, like socialist, anarchist, whatever. They hate everybody, but everything they do benefits the Democratic Party. They don't realize it. So they're tools also. And then you have I am with her, like the biggest tools of all. They hate everybody that doesn't, bow to them. Then you have the Bernie Sanders wing that is going to get engulfed on both sides. They're going to fight a two-flank. They're going to fight a conflict, a battle on two sides, on opposite sides, one coming from the left, one coming from to the right of them, the I'm with her crowd. Bernie Sanders supporters on November 6, 2018, I'm letting everybody know, not in terms of malice, even though I don't like what Bernie's doing lately. I still think of him as he is a good human being, but his political instincts are horrible. Thank you, Sailing Open Seas. I think that what's going to take place on November 6, 2018 is this. Democrats are going to lose. They're going to come either 1 short or 20 short or 10 short or whatever. They're not going to go ahead and get the 23 net gain seats they need. Shala Collins! Shala! You got to love Kanye's boldness. In other news, Glenn Simpson has been subpoenaed. Yes, Trump's West Virginia rally mocking Feinstein and Warren are awesome. Love that. New Yorker. Shala Collins, beautiful inside. Shalalala. Shalalala. Beautiful inside and out. Let's go ahead. Shala Collins, let's get you to she is on her way to 5,000 subs, ladies and gentlemen. She is awesome. She is beautiful inside and out. Shala Collins. I agree. I agree. It was great. What Kanye West, Shala, this is my viewpoint of Kanye. He doesn't need Hollywood. Kanye West doesn't need Hollywood, and he certainly doesn't need good publicity. In fact, he is at the Trump level of benefiting from bad publicity. Kanye West will benefit greatly from any hit piece because he's going against the grain. He is the new punk movement. Punk music is very popular, was originally very popular because it was against the grain. And he obviously knows what millions of people are thinking, but he knows what millions of people want, but aren't given by the media because of his success. There are millions of people, Black, white, Asian, Latino, who are tired of not being able to wear their MAGA hats. They're tired of being insulted by family members or friends. They're tired of having friends leave them just because of a political difference. What kind of friend are you? What kind of person are you if you're not friends with somebody because of a political difference? I've had that happen to me. What kind of, I mean, you're a good person. You could be a great person. You could be very influential in a person's life. But I never left anyone's friendship because they voted for Hillary. I never said I won't be friends with somebody because they don't like Trump. I never went there. Why go there? Why go there? Kanye West doesn't need Hollywood. Kanye West is his own media empire. That's why Matt Damon has to go ahead and mock in a very shameful, and then they love it. People love it. They love seeing a man snivel, or not. He wasn't sniveling, but they look at that as sniveling. They look at someone's innocence, someone's claims of innocence, crying, emotional. I mean, if you didn't cry, I mean, if you didn't want to tear up, you were a Democrat. The young baby boomer. What about the 400 secret payouts to victims of congressional predators? Absolutely. They're all the biggest hypocrites. And that's the young baby boomer. That's the issue. The inmates are running the asylum in terms of morality in our political thought. Yep, we will do a live stream Sticks tonight. It'll be awesome. I look forward to it. I very much look forward to it. I very much look forward to it. It'll be fantastic. I'm a big fan of Sticks. I listen to him every day. I listen to Kevin's Corner. Shala, let Kevin's Corner know that I listen to you, and I listen to Kevin's Corner all the time. I listen to Sticks. I listen to Kevin's Corner. I listen to a bunch of people all the time. Kevin's Corner is great. He has he's awesome. He has two bulldogs. One is he calls a bulldog of color, and a white bulldog. He's awesome. He also is Second Amendment. I remember one time that he was doing his segment, and he was in the parking lot of a Walmart, and I think that he was either concealed carry, and he was like, "Yeah, that person better." Better realize that I'm alluding to the fact that he has a concealed carry permit. But yeah, I can't wait. Sticks. is great. I'm a big fan of Sticks, and he's been right on. These, the hit pieces on him, by the way, are disgusting. Now that's the thing. The hit pieces now, they're losing. You're going to see a sea change, by the way. You won't see those hit pieces on Sticks anymore after the midterms. You won't see the censorship anymore, I think. You won't see as much censorship after the midterms, because Democrats will have either two. They're going to lose the Senate by they're going to gain. Republicans are going to gain seats in the Senate, and Democrats are still going to be the minority party in the House. Okay, they will have lost miserably. Now, they threw everything they already censored. They already went ahead and called everyone fascist and Mussolini and Hitler and everything. They already blamed Russia. They already said the resistance. They already had Hollywood make the most outrageous statements. They already tried to bully Kanye, and Kanye is like laughing at them. They already tried to destroy a man's life based on an allegation with no evidence. They already tried to go ahead and oust Trump with Rod Rosenstein. Every single day, you and I have to deal with the morally bankrupt left calling anyone they don't agree with a fascist. I'm Jewish, and I've had people call me a Nazi sympathizer because I disagree with them, and I was on the left. That's how sick and twisted these people are. They are so vile, and they're all going to just combust into this orgy of blame. Count the days down to November 6th, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, they're not going to win. They are not going to win. I'm telling you. Awake Canadian Kavanaugh smear is absolutely shameful. It makes me more sad than mad. Will Democrats ever give their head a fair shake? Or do they eventually disappear completely? Give their head a shake. I think that Democrats have two choices to make. You have two choices to make if you're a Democrat. Two choices. Okay. One is you triple down. You've lost, then you go ahead and continue the same tactics. Or two, you become a bit more subdued and perhaps focus on legislation, perhaps focus on what a political party does. Who knows what'll happen? So, Awake Canadian, who knows what'll happen? We don't know. We don't know if, for example, Democrats will continue to implode. They probably will. You know what? I'm giving them too much. Looking at something here. I think that Democrats have two choices to make. They can become even more rabid, which would actually, it'll fizzle out. You can't keep outrage at like a crescendo or climax forever. So it just fizzles out. They're going to run out of steam with hatred. They're going to hate so much, they're just like fizzle away. Or they'll find some way to try to attack Trump. And then, of course, you'll see Rachel Maddow, you'll see Chris Hayes, you'll see all these people. You'll see all these people pontificate. You'll see all the people, subsidiary channels, we know who they are. Thank you, G585438M. Thank you. You'll see them fizzle out, or you'll see them find some kind of way. The Clinton indictments, which will eventually take place after Republicans keep the House and gain in the Senate, that will the Democratic Party will officially be destroyed and then have to be rebuilt. And it'll be the best thing. Trump will actually rebuild the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party is Bill and Hillary Clinton. It is Hillary and Bill Clinton. That's it. It's not anything else. It's a money-making endeavor for politicians who claim to be morally superior but are not morally superior, who vote for a nominee who called black youth super predators and who engaged in racism against President Obama. So, but let's look at midterm polls. Oh, hold on. I forgot. There's a whole bunch of. Let's look at these. I got to look at these polls. I got to look at these polls here. Or I got to look at these. These trends suggest Democratic waves will get bigger. I don't think so. I don't think these trends suggest Democratic waves will get bigger. So there's one from New York Magazine. These trends suggest Democratic wave will get bigger. Well, why? See, they can't say when it happens. This is from the other day. They can't say that, oh, we were just joking. Or no, it's actually the other month. We were just joking. You can't say that because they did the same thing. They're actually they're like models and trends and data. This is not just political race ratings. 60 GOP House seats in danger. 60. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. 60 in danger. No way. Surely they can get 23. Not. There aren't 60 in danger. And I just listed a couple of them to you that they completely ignored primary turnout. And that's huge when you're talking about a congressional race, a congressional Democratic 2018 turnout mirrors wave elections. Yeah, that is stupid because they're 2 and 8. This is what happens when you live your life in a participation trophy existence. You don't go ahead and look at things. Well, did you win or did you lose? They are 2 and 8. Okay. Meaning Republicans are 8 and 2 in special elections. And they're 2 and 8 in special elections, meaning that every single special election they've lost, almost every one. Trump's red wave prediction could sink GOP in 2018 midterms. Oh my goodness, that could really sink? Are you saying it could sink the GOP? No. I don't want that to happen. That would be bad. It's going to be so great because they're psyching themselves up like they usually do. The Yahtzee! The Yahtzee! HA, I agree with you 100%, but it's not only about Dems and Trump. The ideological subversion is global. Much will be accomplished when Trump defeats the deep state. But it's only the beginning. Oh, I agree with that. It is a global problem. The Yahtzee, thank you as always. Thank you as always for your support of this channel. Thank you. Yeah, it is a global problem. It is a global problem. But I'll tell you what, like you do see signs like South Korea. They went ahead and indicted one of the most powerful people in their country, former president. You see this. You see this throughout the world that, the entrenched power factions are like losing power. Now in America, they're so stupid too. No wonder they're losing power. Like the same people who are losing power continually engage in the same activity that causes them to lose power. They're too stupid to realize what they're doing. They're really too stupid to realize what they're doing, which is absolutely hilarious. Really, it is hilarious. It is really, really hilarious. It's just so funny. University of Buffalo experts election forecasting model predicts big house gains for Dems. Sorry, University of Buffalo. Sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry about that. Not going to be a good time on November 6th. That's what happens when you have, I don't know, sorry to say, a great economy. How do these models not take into account hatred of the Democratic Party, or a great economy, or peace between North and South Korea, or historic admiration, favorability ratings, but also just admiration? People love Trump. I admire Trump for what he's doing. I think he's a good president. So, blessed hope. I missed your last live stream, but when I watched, I was laughing my butt off. I love you, HA Truth Teller. Blessed hope. We love you. Thank you so very much. There's a lot to, I believe that's laughing my butt off. So, there's a lot to laugh at. There's a lot to enjoy. The laughter and the tears of happiness will flow November 6, 2018. And it'll be glorious. They will descend into chaotic madness. It'll be so hilarious. This is different from them, like, relishing the attempted destruction of a man and his family and Brett Kavanaugh. This will be different from that. This will be them imploding and realizing, oh my God, we are powerless. William Bernier, HA, during the 5 minutes of Fox I can tolerate, Greg Gutfeld showed a clip of Hillary on Murphy Brown. I guess war criminals are funny now. Who knew? Exactly. Did she? Wow. Hillary Clinton showed up on Murphy Brown. They're trying to really humanize Hillary Clinton. They're taking her to Android school. Hold on. Hillary Clinton. Murphy Brown. Oh, this was a while back. Or no, was it recently? How is Clinton this 3 days ago? How is Clinton this feminist icon when she's like a criminal / war criminal / Espionage Act criminal? It just, she's not even liked within the Democratic Party. She's barely liked. I think she has positive favorability, but barely. William, thank you. William, be here November 6, 2018. We're going to have a party. We're going to party. If I could, ladies and gentlemen, I'd have Russian standard vodka, but I can't. So I can't, because it's not YouTube policies. But William, thank you. I mean, you have a situation where they're cruising for a bruising. They are cruising for another bruising. And there you go. The Yahtzee. Ideological subversion in Europe is what I see. People are getting off. to fake news about Trump and are calling the red-pilled Nazis, among other things. Yeah, I mean, what'll take place? You know what'll take place, though? The Yahtzee, I think. You know, Deputy Dog. Yeah, I might have to do that. Don't think it hasn't crossed my mind, the Deputy Dog. Deputy Dog, one of the great moderators, Luke St. Martin, Eric H526. But the Yahtzee, thank you as always. The Yahtzee, I think that what's taking place is the evil, disgusting, backstabbing, treacherous people. They need to realize that they don't have power, or their power is dwindling, that their power is decreasing exponentially. Once they realize that, they might realize that the reason they have no political power anymore is because they're crazy. If they do kind of realize that, there's hope. Skitchoru, yes. But if they don't realize that, then they'll descend into just the ball of like a flame of outrage, and then they'll just go back to the same thing they always go back to, and then they'll lose again in 2020. But I think that it's going to expedite Clinton indictments. I think that eventually people in the FBI and the NSA, CIA, the media, people who do realize that power equals money for them. Well, if power equals money, what do you think is going to happen? Deputy Dog. If power equals money, the Yahtzee, what happens to all the deep state swamp people? They say, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I can make money by actually being normal. I can make a lot more money and have more job security by cozying up to President Trump. Okay, complete 180. Okay, complete 180. We're not going to go ahead and call anyone fascist anymore. That was a bad tactic. And then they're just going to focus on policy. And then Trump will beat him on that too. At least there will be a debate. At least it'll be more civil. But that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, which is probably likely, is that they continue to double down and triple down. And they say, well, we need to censor more and we need to insult people more. And that will expedite their ultimate demise. So, either way, they're up the creek without a paddle. Because even if they act normal, they're not going to win. Even if they attempt to act normal, they're still not going to win. They are still not going to win, even if they attempt to act normal. So, But I mean, this type of what's going on with the left is a real there's a reckoning coming November 6, 2018, and then it's anyone's guess how they react. There's a very interesting comment in my last upload. By the way, this is an era where everyone's true colors comes out, and it's true. Party at HA's, that's right. Everyone, please share my latest upload. Please share that. Here's my latest upload again. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. William Bernier. I'm Black-pilled HA. If you believe, I believe. If your predictions hold, I'm sending a fat super chat. Either way, I like your work. William, thank you so much. It means a great deal to me. Just, you don't have to send any super chat. Just you being here, November 6th, 2018. If I could have a Russian standard vodka, I would. But I can't. Or can I? Deputy Dog says I can. But I won't. For YouTube policies. But I won't. Don't worry. YouTube policies will not allow me to. It's going to be awesome. Democrats are 2-8. No participation trophy. William, thank you again for always watching, William. Be here November 6th. You're not going to get your participation trophy, Democrats. Because 2-8 is not a good record. You're not going to make the playoffs with 2-8. Sorry. No playoffs for you. No playoffs with 2-8, Dems. No playoffs. You're going to fire your coach. Your coach will get indicted. The Yahtzee! Obama was here. Ticket price $1,000, $6,000. Venue sold out. See? Wow. Well, that's the thing, you know, in Norway, or this is the thing. Europe is going to, it's just like when I was younger and you'd see like a European, like you have a cousin in Europe or something, and they're like wearing the dorkiest outfits. You're like, what? Why? What is, oh, you're about 10 years behind in fashion. Gotcha. Okay, no problem. This is what we wear here in America. You look dorky. That's how it is in Europe. They're like, well, you know, what does this CNN say? CNN's so great. We love CNN and MSNBC. They're wonderful people. No, everyone laughs at them here. You're late to the party. You have to be with Kanye. You have to do what Kanye's doing. The Yahtzee. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Oh, wait, Canadian, when are you going to have HB on your show? I love HB. Actually, I'm going to invite him on my show. Yeah. You guys rocked it. I've been on his show numerous times. He's awesome. Lyle Bud, tomorrow, October 1st till the midterms, I'm going to fix my Trump sticker to the back of my sports car. I finally am mad enough after a cafe fiasco. Lyle Bud, exactly. I hear you. I hear you, Lyle Bud. And that's, you speak for great money. Awake Canadian. Yep. We're going to have, I'll be on his show soon also. The Yahtzee. I agree with you. And it's all changing. It is all changing for the better. Blessed hope. Thank you. Everyone, God bless. Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And I will see you soon. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hit subscribe right now. I'll see you very soon, everyone. Definitely check out my uploads. I've been doing a lot of them lately. And we're moving. We're almost at 118,000. Thank you so very much. To my super chat, thank you. Have a great